I don't even recognize myself anymore.
I'm really worried about him. His addiction. I haven't seen him like this. Ever.
Hey, look, I never wanted to start using. I knew the drill, but I was out of options.
I just want to tell him it's not your fault. There are people out there who can help. People who have felt your pain. They know what you're going through.
This has to stop. I'm losing everything. Everyone.
You've been strong your whole life. You can do this, but you have to reach out for help.
It's time. I can do this.
Addiction is a disease, and diseases need treatment.
Call Quit Drugs 321 now at 800-378-3508, 800-378-3508. That's 800-378-3508. Paid for by the Detox and Treatment Helpline.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Elevating with Marcia. I'm your host, Marcia Hawkins. Welcome to today's program. I am super excited, and I'm going to jump right into our guest and program today. I'm going to be speaking with John Baxter. He is one of the founders and CEO of antiagingbed.com. It's a unique story and fascinating take on business, and I'm super excited. We're going to be doing a couple of podcasts with John. They've got quite a few products, concepts, ideas, strategies for wellness at home, new technology, restorative sleep, reducing stress, and PTSD. Just some of the conditions that, really affect a lot of us. And I'm very excited to have John on the program today. And again, that's going to be John Baxter. He is one of the founders and CEO of antiagingbed.com. They've got some incredible YouTube videos. I'm going to be putting them in the links with testimonials that you can check out on YouTube. And John, when he gets on with us, he can tell you where to find him on social media as well. When you really think about it, so many people go to the doctors not feeling well, whether it's mentally, physically. We know mental health issues are at an all-time high post-pandemic. And quite frankly, I think they were pre-pandemic. But in addition to that, there's a lot of things that we go to the doctors for. And we're always looking for a pill. And we tend to gravitate towards that quick fix. I, on the other hand, as you know, if you've listened to my program, I'm more of a root cause, find the reason you're having symptoms and not just treating the symptoms. You really want to think about not taking pills. There's so many side effects out there, and you really need to heal your body and mind versus just treating the symptoms. And that is exactly what we hope to accomplish on the podcast today when we bring in John Baxter of antiagingbed.com. They can even show you in real time how their products will provide benefits, and just a fascinating story. And I'm very excited to have John of antiagingbed.com on today. All right. You can find me on Elevating with Marcia on Sirius XM 203, 217, and on the app 967, the Sports Byline USA Radio Network. We're going to take a quick break, come back with John Baxter, CEO and founder of antiagingbed.com. We'll be right back.
Do you have no credit or bad credit? Well, now it's no problem with YourCreditPulse.com. Our experts have the comprehensive knowledge to help you aggressively navigate and remove any irregularities from your credit report. YourCreditPulse.com is the solution you've been looking for, from buying a house or a car or securing your next personal or small business loan. All you have to do to get started with a confidential and free consultation is go to our website at YourCreditPulse.com now. So, get in the good credit game at YourCreditPulse.com.
At Progressive, you can get 24/7 protection, even if you break the space-time continuum.
Wait, every time you wake up is the same day? That's terrible.
Don't worry, I call Progressive. Their 24/7 protection still works even if my day does last forever.
Yeah, but don't you want it to end?
Are you kidding? I win the lottery whenever I want and never regret anything. It's the best.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Progressive offers more than a great price when you bundle home and auto. We offer round-the-clock protection, which literally means anytime. Coverage from Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers, and subject to policy terms. Bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
Have you ever wished the student athlete in your family could play baseball against teams in the Caribbean? Well, now they can set sail and do just that with Team Avenue Baseball on one of its iconic Caribbean cruise camps. That's right. If they love baseball and want an experience they'll never forget, then you need to call 559-321-6701 or visit teamavenuebaseball.com right now. Founded by former pro ball players, teamavenuebaseball.com will lead to the baseball adventure of a lifetime. Call 559-321-6701 now.
Gentlemen, you can easily find the best brands and fits for you without even trying. Just follow these simple instructions. Step 1. Shop somewhere that does all the work for you by customizing a selection for your taste and body. Step 2. Level up your closet with the best brands and fits with little or no effort. Not trying has never looked so good. Stitch Fix. We're so you.
And now today's Steel Lawn Care tip of the day. One lawn weed can quickly turn to more. Even freshly planted lawns usually inherit weeds and weed seeds. When planting new grass seed, avoid pre-emergent weed controls, such as crabgrass preventers and combination weed and feed fertilizers. These products are designed to keep weed seeds from germinating, but they can work against grass seed in the same way. Target tough weeds with effective spot treatments. And now a word from Steel Outdoor Power Equipment.
Why? Just think about it. Why is the #1 selling brand of chainsaws not sold at Lowe's or the Home Depot? We can give you over 10,000 reasons. That's how many authorized local Steel dealers you can find across the country. Visit one and you'll find a range of dependable gas and battery-powered tools, from trimmers to blowers. And you'll find service from experienced professionals. Real Steel. Find yours at steelusa.com. Lowe's and Home Depot are trademarks of their respective companies.
All right, everybody, welcome back to Elevating with Marcia. I am going to jump right into the program. I'd love to talk sports today, but we got too much to get to today with John Baxter, one of the founders and CEO of antiagingbed.com. I want to throw right out of the gate. If you go to the website, you can use the discount code WELLNESS, WELLNESS, for a discount on some of their fascinating products. And John can explain that a little bit more. John, welcome to the program. We spoke yesterday. I'm super excited to have you on today. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Marcia. I was looking forward to this show. I know it's really important that the people at home understand what we've got here. We are cutting edge, and the more you know, it's only going to benefit you, of course.
Absolutely. John, I want to talk about something that you said yesterday to me on the phone. We talked about what we wanted to go over on the program, and I want to kind of lead into it with the first thing that you told me, which is the focus you have, your company has on wellness at home. Can you kind of explain what you mean by that?
So with wellness at home, it started with healing at home, but to make the term a little bit easier for people to understand, wellness at home is primarily what is happening now and in the future. We're relying less on people with the white jacket to make the decisions for us in that sense. And not to say we're knocking any type of medical industry. There's a place for everything. But when you want to take your health to the next level, of course, to maximize your own cellular health, and these are terms that you don't hear every day, that you want to have at least in the future, at least something that can address the situations that you're running into. So people have been running into all types of issues and not getting a lot of the information. Wellness at home is something that we've kind of pioneered at this point, because our technology actually starts with sleep in the bedroom, and we've taken it not only just there, but we've broadened the horizons with a lot of different products.
I'm a huge fan of restorative sleep. I think, sleep is at the cornerstone of our health. I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad that you brought up the fact about the white coat. I've told this story on the program before that, there was a time when I would walk into the local pharmacy and there was one pharmacist and a small basket of prescriptions. And now when you go into a Walgreens or a CVS, there's 5 pharmacists, 10 techs, a 3-lane highway to get there, get to the desk, a waiting room and a drive-through. Clearly, we have gone to the path of least resistance, which is just to take a pill for everything. I think I mentioned yesterday, we're looking for pain pills, happy pills, and a why me pill. And unfortunately, that only is going to treat your symptoms. And if I'm hearing you correctly, you're really more about getting at the root cause or treating the ailment with trying to minimize the side effects. Is that an accurate description?
Yeah, we address different illnesses. We have many different technologies, but the root of the technology is we go after foundational issues, per se, inflammation, right? That's a layer, and that's just one layer. And we realize that no one technology could do everything for everyone, but on the foundational level, it's very objective, right? Looking at someone's health, if they have inflammation, which is the root cause of pretty much all illness. Agreed. We focus on these different foundational understandings, and our technology addresses the major foundation, which in turn can help someone improve their health greatly. We address things like parasites, fungus, mold, and bacteria, right? Also, so a lot of people don't even address that, and especially what you're saying is, at the beginning is a lot of the guys with the white jackets, they don't know their patients at all, right? To the point where they even see the other person as a disease and not a human being. So you must realize that we're all just human, and we go through. And if people aren't getting that type of involvement or connection with their caregiver, then that throws everything. That throws the baby out with the bathwater.
Oh, I'm glad you brought that up, because unfortunately, I think too many people will go to the doctors and again, I agree with you. I'm not knocking the medical profession. Western medicine, if you will, for trauma, it can't be beat. But root cause and preventative, I think we're lagging seriously behind. I think COVID really, the whole pandemic really highlighted that fact. But I think we're conditioned to think that whatever the doctor tells us, and again, I'm not knocking the medical community. There is a time and place for that. But I do believe that as individuals, we need to take charge of our health. And if we don't, most likely, if you go to the doctors for an ailment, a symptom, if you will, you most likely, and I'm going to guess, and I'm not, this is not factual, but I'm going to take a guess that you are probably going to walk out there with at least one prescription to treat your symptoms. For some reason, they're not interested in getting at the root of why this has happened, and they're just treating the symptoms. It has driven me crazy for several years. And I think, two of the things I always say in life: stay out of the legal system and stay out of the healthcare system, because it may, fail you. I mean, my background is health insurance. I have a very strong background in health insurance. And I got to tell you, people don't understand, once you start getting diagnosed with this and that, you're really taking yourself out of the game when it comes to health insurance. Unless you're willing to be on a group plan or Obamacare, you are going to be stuck with private insurance, and they don't take you with pre-existing conditions. It's as simple as that. So, John, we were also talking yesterday, you mentioned sleep and technology and reducing stress and all of that. And we've only got a couple of minutes before we have to go to break, but can you tell me how you and why you started antiagingbed.com?
Well, it was slightly selfish in endeavor, but literally I had my own injury that I was trying to resolve, right? And so as someone that didn't like the outcome of aging, pain, suffering, not looking healthy, it was somewhat of a selfish motive to begin with, that I knew, as selfish as it was, this is what humanity needed on an objective level. So it was just something bigger than myself I ran after. And in the process, I can say it, I healed myself. And so that passion just pushed through, but realize also I'm a 20 plus year veteran of the mattress industry. I might be the most prolific and innovator in the mattress industry over the last 20 years as well. That's another way that I got here. Without all of that, it would have been really difficult to get where I'm at with the technology and the information and I've worked with over 50,000 people, believe it or not. The passion that I have for this outweighs any financial motive, which the mattress industry had a very difficult time to deal with me. So
I love that.
Yeah, and I'd like to add a point that how many people do you know beat $1 billion company in federal court? I did. I beat Sleep in federal court just because I've had these aspirations and passions to give people lower priced products that actually are proven that can help. So those two things, as someone that was out there, they didn't like a competing product at that level, and especially from just a regular everyday small business type of guy. So that's in a nutshell how it started to weave into what we're going to talk about today.
Well, that's interesting because you had a problem, or you forecasted a problem, anti-aging and feeling better, and aging. Let's face it, not fun, but it beats the hell out of death. But that said, you want to live your best life for sure, and you probably figured if you had that, thought, many other people would, and hence antiagingbed.com was born. So let me give the website again. That's antiagingbed.com. You can go to the website and use the promo code for a discount of wellness, WELLNESS, to receive a discount. We are talking with John Baxter, one of the founders and CEOs of antiagingbed.com. I'm very excited when we get back on here, John. We got some other stuff that we want to get into. One of subject that's very close and near and dear to my heart because it applies to our veterans and others. So we're going to talk a little bit about that, but we do need to take a quick break. This is Elevating with Marcia on XM 203, Sirius 217, and on the Sirius XM app, 967 Sports Byline USA Radio Network. You can find me on iHeartRadio, Amazon Audible, Stitcher, iTunes, Tuned In, and the American Forces Radio Network. I will be right back.
Do you own an annuity, either fixed rate, indexed, or variable? Are you paying high fees and getting low returns? If so, Annuity General would like you to have this free book to learn the pitfalls and mistakes of buying an annuity. The Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers contains the little-known truths about annuities, like how to help reduce your fees and increase retirement income. And it's free. That's right, free. As a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report just for calling. We researched over 1,000 annuities and summarized rates and benefits from financially strong insurers. You get Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers and the Annuity Rate Report, both absolutely free for calling Annuity General today. Hurry, supplies are limited. Call now.
800-760-1845. 800-760-1845. 800-760-1845. That's 800-760-1845. Do you need to sell your home? If you've sold a home before, you remember how stressful and expensive it was. Sold.com is here to help you sell your home for the most money and with the least amount of stress. There are new ways to sell your home that you've never heard of before. Did you know there are companies who'll offer you cash for your home? Did you know you could trade in your home for a new one? Did you know there are realtors who'll sell your home for a flat fee instead of an expensive commission? It's true. Sold.com services are free. So if you're looking to sell, make this free phone call right now and learn how your next home sale can be faster and easier than you ever thought possible. Pick up your cell phone and call right now. 800-449-1759. 800-449-1759. 800-449-1759. 800-449-1759. Again, that's 800-449-1759.
If you or a loved one is suffering from a physical or emotional condition that has left you unable to work, then listen carefully. Take this number down. 800-593-7491. That's 800-593-7491. When you call, you'll speak with a Social Security disability expert and get a free evaluation to see if you may qualify for disability insurance benefits from the U.S. government. That's right, a monthly cash payment paid directly to you from the Social Security Administration. Whether you're applying for the first time or you've already been denied disability benefits, call now. The disability attorneys at Pinnacle Disability can help you build your case, file an appeal, and represent you at no upfront cost to you. Don't wait another minute to see if you may qualify for your Social Security disability benefits. Call Pinnacle Disability Group at 800-593-7491 for your free case evaluation. That's 800-593-7491. 800-593-7491. Call now.
Okay, everybody, welcome back to the program. This is Marcia Hawkins. You're listening to Elevating with Marcia on Sirius XM 203-217 and on the app 967, the Sports Byline USA Radio Network. Well, welcome back to the program, John. We were talking a little bit between the break, and I want to talk a little bit about something that's very near and dear to me. A lot of people know that several years ago I did Walk a Mile for a Soldier to highlight and really showcase the fact that military people do not check a political box when they join, and that I really wanted people to understand that there's a person behind that uniform that would lay their life down for you. And my son was in the military for 8 years, lost a couple over in the war in Afghanistan and Iraq. So this subject is very near and dear to my heart. But John, one of the things you address with your business, which I find just remarkable because it is so prevalent in our society today. I believe it's 22 service members take their life every single day, which that number to me is absolutely staggering. And we can talk about the opioid addiction at another time. But John, can you talk a little bit about how you're treating people for PTSD with your products?
Well, the cool thing is our products address the PTSD at a high level, right? Because this is one of the first things we ran at when we developed the technology. Basically, essentially, if it's good enough to help a serviceman with PTSD, it's good enough to help everyday people, right? Because we talked about foundational issues that everyone has, and stress on a high level. And you can measure stress in so many different ways: heart rate variability, a bunch of different things. And stress is a big killer already, right? And the third letter, and the third letter of PTSD is stress, right? Trauma, post-traumatic stress disorder. You know, each word in that is really important to address if you're going to address something like PTSD. And thank you, everyone that out there. That thank you for your service for our country, and our freedoms that we have here are so important. And get to tell my message, of course, because of these people. And just really grateful that I was able to even assist veterans. And what I seen and what I was hearing a lot was this tricky thing called PTSD that no one had an answer for. And the answers that were out there were very vague and unsuccessful. And when I said at the beginning, we address items like PTSD because our technology not only addresses PTSD, but many other things. But we start with our conductive platform, our technology, of course. So our technology works off body electric. So our bodies are electric. We do run on energy. So our bodies have two things. We do act like a battery. So that's an alchemical reaction, right? We ingest food for energy. That's a chemical reaction. On the flip side of that too, we're electric. Our bodies are electric. When we move our muscles, it very much is an electrical response. So, we address things from a different level, which other people didn't have the technology at the time that I'm telling you about right now. But our bodies are conductive to the level that we are a semiconductor. We're not pure like a piece of copper where it's just a straight electrical transfer. We're a semiconductor. The electricity has to be passed on from one cell to the next rapidly. It doesn't appear that way that we are conductors, but we're semiconductors. Each cell has to connect to the next cell electrically to be very conductive. But that's where it all happens. That's where the secret sauce to this technology works. So when service members, and there is a lot of testimonials that we have that are in video format with a lot of on a lot of different social networks that we have. But
John, can you give your social media pages just so people can go to that and check out the videos, because they are pretty compelling?
Yeah, at Anti-Aging Bed. So if you pretty much on any censored to uncensored network, Facebook to all the way from BitChute, Gab, and the others, Anti-Aging Bed is where you'll find us, and you'll find these videos. So if you're interested, make sure you check those out.
Thanks for giving those out.
But going right back to the technology, right? Because Body Electric is something that's new to people, but we prove our technology with our meters. And if you have a meter yourself, you can even prove our technology with your own meter. It really is at that level. The guys that have PTSD, we work with the recon Marines, right? A lot of recon. They did many different tours. They've got metal in their body. They got screws. They were depressed. Whereas one guy, there's a story where for 20 years, he couldn't even be around during the 4th of July because that was under shakes and under, and his wife also, she had to be a caretaker at a very high level. It's all scary a little bit when someone has that severe PTSD. So it was actually meant to be one of the first guys that I worked with. The day before 4th of July, I met him. I got him on the bed cover. That was the first 4th of July in 2 decades where he didn't clam up. He didn't have a flashback, and that he actually made it through the 4th of July. He's, just another veteran that we assisted, of course, but just telling a story where the grounding of our technology, the discharge. So our technology is discharging the extra charge in the body. And where we wear rubber-soled shoes and we live on linoleum floors or concrete slabs, we've lost our connection to our electric body. Our technology works when you sleep on our cover. And what's going on at that level is there's 2 ways to neutralize a free radical. A free radical is the electric damage in the body on a molecular level. And this technology gives an electron. So we're giving the damaged cell an electron, which balances the cell and makes it healthy again at a high level. These people are actually able to get back to their life, sleeping again, right? If you can't sleep, you're under too much stress. If you haven't slept for weeks and months because you're in a fight or flight situation, right? Our hormones go up, our cortisol goes up. We're still thinking we're in a war, but we're not. We're at home just watching TV. So a lot of the guys with PTSD, they just have that stress that's fight or flight, like ready to shoot someone right now. And it's 1 o'clock in the morning, nothing's going on, right? They need to discharge at a high level. They need to get their sleep back, right? They need to be hydrated, of course. But once you get your sleep back, this is really the foundation to everything that we created along the lines of sleeping on this technology. No crazy diets, No crazy pills, no crazy exercise programs for these veterans. And it's perfect for Americans. You simply sleep on the technology. Your body electric connects to this technology that plugs in to the bed cover. And during the night, it's siphoning off all this damage. It's neutralizing free radicals. It's giving the body electron antioxidants. All this stuff at the very beginning goes toward reducing inflammation. So whoever didn't focus on inflammation in our current medical establishment really missed out, because that's the fundamental underlying issue with every single person with an issue.
Exactly. Fascinating. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say that there are no side effects with your technology. Really, I mean, PTSD is in the news a lot. And it's not just from service members. There's a lot of people who, for whatever reason, suffer trauma in their life. And, sometimes therapy works for some, but I got to go out, and say that, I think PTSD is one of those things that you really have to go up to a next level. That, simple, not simple, I shouldn't use that word, but just in general, like anxiety and depression, I don't believe is at the same level of PTSD. I know firsthand, my son went to war, and I know exactly, I won't get into it today, but it was just incredible, the fallout, the collateral damage of seeing service members return and have the level of stress that they have. All right, John, we've got some more to get to in the next segment. We're going to take a quick break. This is Elevating with Marcia on XM 203, Sirius 217, and on the Sirius XM app 967, Sports Byline USA Radio Network. You can find us on iHeartRadio, Amazon Audible, Stitcher, iTunes, tuned in the American Forces Radio Network. I'm going to take a quick break. We're going to come back with the final segment with John Baxter from antiagingbed.com. I'll be right back.
Progressive's Home Court Explorer lets you easily compare our direct rates with multiple companies. Now that we've covered something you could do, it's time for sports stuff you definitely could not do.
If you were head coach, you would not have gone for it on fourth down. Your confidence in your play calling ability might be a little overblown, considering you're barely confident in which restaurant to order takeout from, let alone choosing a play in front of 70,000 screaming fans.
But you definitely can use Progressive's Home Court Explorer to easily compare rates. Coverage from Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations.
Do you have no credit or bad credit? Well, now it's no problem with YourCreditPulse.com. Our experts have the comprehensive knowledge to help you aggressively navigate and remove any irregularities from your credit report. YourCreditPulse.com is the solution you've been looking for, from buying a house or a car or securing your next personal or small business loan. All you have to do to get started with a confidential and free consultation is go to our website at YourCreditPulse.com now. So, get in the good credit game at YourCreditPulse.com.
And now today's rust-eating tip of the day, presented by Freol Deep Penetrating Oil. You're all set for a quick tire rotation until you have a rusted-on wheel. Coat those lug nuts in penetrating oil, let them sit for a few minutes, and you'll have them off in a cinch. Now, give a generous spray into each mounting hole, place a 2x4 on the outer edge of the wheel, and smack the wood with a mallet, just enough to create some braking force and vibration. Repeat if necessary. And now a word from Freol.
Stop wasting your time struggling to loosen rusted nuts and bolts. Start using Freol Deep Penetrating Oil. Freol spreads deep into rusted or frozen parts to help release tough bolts and washers. Its formula delivers 3 times more lubricant. That means less sprays, less torque, and less time than any other penetrating oil on the market. It's even silicone-free. Professionals have trusted Freol Deep Penetrating Oil for over 40 years. Now it's your turn. Get Freol today at AutoZone, O'Reilly, and Napa. Look for the silver can.
Have you ever wished the student athlete in your family could play baseball against teams in the Caribbean? Well, now they can set sail and do just that with Team Avenue Baseball on one of its iconic Caribbean cruise camps. That's right. If they love baseball and want an experience they'll never forget, then you need to call 559-321-6701 or visit teamavenuebaseball.com right now. Founded by former pro ball players, teamavenuebaseball.com will lead to the baseball adventure of a lifetime. Call 559-321-6701 now.
Remember your favorite movie moments? Ever thought about collecting them and connecting with your favorite creators? Now you can turn that wish into a reality with Real 8. Real 8 is an inaugural NFT marketplace for fans to collect exclusive behind-the-scenes moments. With Real 8, you can access unique experiences like meeting the cast and crew live. Visit real8.com/USA now to join a community of like-minded fans and get even closer to the films you love. Don't miss the latest NFT drop. Check out real8.com/USA. That's REEL, the number 8.com/USA.
All right, everybody, welcome back. This is Marcia Hawkins on Elevating with Marcia. We are talking with John Baxter. He's one of the founders and CEOs of antiagingbed.com. I want you to get over to the website and check out their products. I believe, John, they could call you, they could email you, they could message you on social media, but you can also use the discount code wellness to receive a discount on their products. And I'd love for you to go over to their YouTube channel and check out some of their very, very compelling testimonial videos. Completely fascinated by this company. I know that I talking with you yesterday, John, I couldn't wait to do the show today because everything we talked about, we were pretty much in agreement on. And one of the things I want to talk about in the final segment, we talked a lot yesterday about pain to purpose. Why don't you elaborate on that and explain to people what we mean by that?
So everyone has a pain to purpose story, I believe. And I have a very specific couple stories on how I got into this and why I got into this. So I was an athlete. I was a collegiate wrestler. I was very lucky. I had really good coaches, and they've always pushed me to the limit. I tried to push myself to the limit, and I loved it. This was what I wanted to do the rest of my life. And I was a coach for a long time, but in the match, I actually injured myself. I actually broke my own neck. 4 through 6 were crushed. I lost the ability to use my hands. I couldn't squeeze, tell my mind, pick up bottle, right? No, it's not squeezing. So I injured it at a high level. And when I went through this situation, I stuck in the match and still won. And that was my Jean-Claude Van Damme moment. I had one. But that beside the point, that I had to deal with an injury the rest of my life at only 20 years old. That left me with hands feeling like pins and needles, with my own mother getting a neck surgery and 2 carpal tunnel surgeries that she didn't need. So my understanding was that I was not going to get the surgery, even though my hands didn't work. I was told that I was crazy, all types of things. I was the picture of health, truly, before it even happened. You know, working out, enjoying my life, being an elite athlete, to the point where I was saying pins and needles, hobbling places, and deciding I wasn't going to do the surgery, which was against everyone's, even my own parents' decision. So, one thing led to another, and I say one door closed, one door open. That's what God does for people. And this is part of your growth. And, I got into the mattress industry really fast. I had met a company that was a specialty in back care and back pain. So they weren't just a kind of a mattress technology. It was more of a back care technology company. And I started there immediately after my neck because I couldn't sleep. I was on a spring bed, and I couldn't even move a millimeter already without shooting severe pain all over my body. So it was the first time I got relief, and that was within the first year of this thing happening. So I went to this store, and the owner of the company happened to be training another sales associate. I ended up leaving with, at the time, it kind of dates my own self, but at the time there was no such thing as memory foam. It just came out that year. And it was the only thing that gave me relief with my injury. I was trying to just naturally, holistically, come up with a different solution. And it gave me so much pain relief, and the sleep, it gave me some sleep, that I was like, look, I had to envision myself just playing sports the rest of my life. I had never envisioned me not being able to do what I was supposed to do that I love to do. So it was one of these things where I hit it off so well with the guy. He's like, look, I mean, it looks like you're into health. How about you come work with us? So I was in Indianapolis, Indiana at the time, and I flew to Orlando, Florida to work with this quickly. And I was very grateful. My own father was very much the same way. And I had really good teachers that they always let me run free. And so without that running free, I would have never got here. But there's a level of trust needed, of course, with anything. But I was given trust. I was given the ability to run, and that's what I did. And sleep technology and technology in general to improve people's lives, I was granted it just by way of having the intention of wanting to do something with it a long time ago. So much so that when people came and saw me, I actually cared and listened to them and to help them, give them the solution. And this whole time, I'm noted as the inventor of the zero gravity position in the mattress industry. That happened really quickly after I injured my neck over 20 some years ago. A lot of people hear about zero gravity position in an adjustable bed or a mattress. And that was when I was running at this, explaining to people while I was trying to heal myself, the different positions that can help someone recover faster. And of course, they put you in these positions when you're at the hospital so you can recover faster. But there was no real term or technology or way to go about it. So I spent my first part of my career talking about that technology. And that led me into, working with the biggest and brightest, becoming an inventor, and being able, like I said, to run free. I'm the type of guy where I see a problem, I'm not focused on the problem like most people would be. I'm trying to figure out the solution. I can care less.
Exactly.
Once I figure out the problem, I really can care less. My mind works in ways that I try to find a solution. And that's one of the ways that this pain to purpose story happened.
That is incredible, because I got to tell you, I think the same way. I mean, throw a problem at me, I'm going to figure it out. And you're right. Most people marinate on the problem rather than figuring out, what their options are. And I always say, when you engage initially with a challenge, I like to call them challenges and opportunities versus a problem, but that's typically when you have your most options. Unfortunately, getting back to what I said earlier in the program, you start popping pills to fix everything that's wrong with you. I mean, you watch 20 minutes of TV and count how many ads are on TV for all these different pharmaceuticals, and then the laundry list of side effects that you get with them. I have someone I definitely have to put you in touch with, who is having severe problems coming off of antidepressants. She had to go cold turkey on them, and she's, really struggling to get her life back together. And she wants to actually come on the program and tell her story. Another thing, have you ever heard of trigeminal neuralgia? Are you familiar with that?
I'm not. No, I'm not.
Oh, you're not. Okay. I'd be interested to have you research that. And I'm curious to find out whether or not this technology would help people with that. I happen to know somebody who has trigeminal neuralgia. And when you were talking about the electric charge, look it up. It's a very painful condition. Very few people know about it. But look it up. I'd like to talk to you about that sometime when off air, and see if you think that might be a good fit for someone who has it. So yeah, I'd like you to check that out, because it's really, I had never heard of it, to be honest. But I have a family member that has it. And when I researched it, I was shocked to find that it's one of the most painful health conditions that you can have, and very, very hard to manage. So I'd be interested to get your take on that. John, the thing is, we talked about wellness at home, technology, how important sleep is, the PTSD factor. And I think that is probably one of the things that a lot of people listening will hone in on, because I think everybody knows a couple of people that have either had it or are still suffering from it. And I know we talked briefly, we've only got a few minutes left, but can you talk about your association with your technology and the NFL?
Yeah, so we have an ex, VP in the NFL, of course. He's actually came here. We offer this stuff for free. You can come test it out. We don't want someone to have something that they didn't believe it works and stuff like that. So here in Orlando, Florida, people can visit us and test the technology. And no different, whether you're a VP of the NFL or some guy that has stage 4, they come looking for us. They come out of the woodworks. They see what we're doing. And we already have a worldwide following, believe it or not. And so we have I'm not sure if I'm supposed to use the guy's name or not, but, he had a lot of issues. His feet were swollen 2 to 3 times larger. So his knees were as thick as his ankles. He had a lymphedema issue. He was overweight. And this goes back to what you were saying, even with your own family member. They put names on diseases and issues for specific reasons, a lot of times because someone's already patented the treatment, right? These are just categorical thinking types of things. Some guy owns a patent, owns the illness sometimes, and owns the treatments before it even gets a name. We don't look at names. We consider names just man-made terms. We've understood the foundation of illness at a high level. And that way we can address everyone, because at the end of the day, just like the guy that we're talking about right now, he had a whole slew of issues, right? But we have many layers. Like I talked about, inflammation being one layer, and that addresses almost all inflammation layers. And when you start addressing the other layers, parasites, fungus, bacteria, mold, and you start addressing alkalizing your water, having alkaline water, having a higher pH, of course, and having more oxygen in your body, if you take care of all those layers, you're going to feel a lot better. And same thing with his name is Brian. He's I haven't seen him in a little while, but I know he's lost 100 pounds and he's kept it off and over the last 30 days. So he was able to understand the body with how we understand it. He was able to use some of the protocols that we have that are over the counter. This is stuff you can do at home. It just really understands. If you understand the body at a high level, you'll be able to address it. And that's where we're coming from. There is.
I got to take a quick break here in just a moment. We're going to be right back. This is Elevating with Marcia on XM 203, Sirius 217, and on the app 967, the Sports Byline USA Radio Network. Come back in a few minutes and close.
Have you written a book? You can become a published author with Dorrance Publishing, the nation's oldest publishing services company. Countless authors have trusted Dorrance for nearly 100 years to bring their book to the market. Our professional team will edit your text, design your book pages, and create an appealing, eye-catching custom cover. Plus, our authors benefit from a custom book promotion marketing campaign that makes your book available where people buy books, like Amazon and brick-and-mortar bookstores. So make this free call right now to claim your your free author's guide to publishing. Don't wait another day. Take one step closer to realizing your dream of becoming a published author and seeing your name in print. You've already written a book, so the next thing to do is make this free call right now to Dorrance Publishing and get your free guide to publishing. Call right now.
800-485-6003. 800-485-6003. That's 800-485-6003.
Most of us like to be out in the sun. That's why sunscreen and other safety measures are key to protecting your skin from aging and cancer. The FDA recommends using a sunscreen with a sun protection factor, or SPF, of 15 or higher. Also, look for broad spectrum on the label. That means both harmful ultraviolet A and B rays are blocked. UVA rays age the skin, UVB rays burn, and both cause cancer. But the perfect sunscreen doesn't count if you use it wrong. Don't need sunscreen on a cloudy day? Wrong. 80% of UV rays still get through the haze. Only use sunscreen at the beach? Nope. Anytime you're outside, UV rays attack the skin, so you need protection. And you have to reapply sunscreen every 2 hours. Remember, SPF plus broad spectrum equal healthy fun in the sun. Visit www.fda.gov/sunscreen for more information. A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
Do you own a timeshare? Well, face the facts. You made a mistake. You made a bad purchase. A timeshare is not an investment. It's a money pit that continues forever. If you use your timeshare, that's great. But if you don't and you want to legally get out of your contract, call my friends right now at the Timeshare Exit Hotline. They're an experienced team of lawyers who help good people like you get out of a timeshare contract that they just don't want. Don't throw away your money on maintenance fees. Use it for things you really want. We can help you end your timeshare contract and stop the money drain immediately. If you're ready to move on with your timeshare, call our team right now.
Cancel your timeshare now with a free call. 800-824-5131. 800-824-5131. 800-824-5131. That's 800-824-5131.
All right, everybody. I've been given the 2-minute warning by my producer. It's time to wrap up another edition of Elevating with Marcia on Sirius XM 203, 217, and on the app 967, the Sports Byline USA radio network. I want to thank John Baxter, one of the founders and CEOs of antiagingbed.com. Fascinating products, and the whole team, fantastic. I'm just so excited about this whole concept. And if you've listened and tuned into my programs, you know I'm all about holistic health and what it can do for you. And I think you'd really have to be completely living under a rock after going through the pandemic and not realizing that pre-existing conditions and not addressing the root cause of your problems, inflammation, whether health problems or mental health problems, really can get into much more serious conditions, and preventative truly is the answer. And if you're not preventing the problem, at least treat it in a way that is not going to bring on more problems with side effects such as medications. You know, you've seen the ads. It's simply not worth it. All right, everybody. Thank you very much. And thank you, John, for coming on the program today. I can't wait for next week. We're going to get into even more about antiagingbed.com. Make sure you check out the promo code wellness. If you're interested in featuring your business on a podcast on Elevating with Marcia, please reach out via direct message to me on Instagram or Facebook at Elevating with Marcia. I'd be happy to have you on, especially if you have a unique product or service that is helpful to people. That is right up my alley. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. This is Marcia Hawkins with Elevating with Marcia on Sirius XM 203, 217, and on the app 967 Sports Byline USA Radio Network. Remember, always, always be in the minute to win it and make it a great week. Adios.